Hey everybody, it's Two Legs. It's things we bought yesterday and today, the Fest edition. I'm Tom. That's
Andy,
Andy. This is volume 6 of things we bought
volume
yesterday and
6. Yeah.
volume 6. They're coming in fast and furious. We're just out of control right now.
Well,
We definitely were out of control.
this is a special one today, folks, because we've
This
done
is a
them in
special one. Here it goes. We did the Fest for Beatles fans this past weekend. My
Beatlefest.
first one, Beatlefest. Andy, he's it's old hats for him, but I went to the 2018 symposium, and that kind of got me jonesing to do some more of these. So bought the tickets back in March of 2020, and then lo and behold, 2 years later, here we are finally at a actual fest for Beatles fans instead of that virtual fest we did back in 2020. So here we are, Andy. We
You
we pretty much beelined it right to the marketplace Friday when we got
Friday
there, didn't
night.
we?
Yeah, I mean, we
Yeah,
got there. I think we got there about I don't know, six. I think 6:30 by the time it was all said and done, and dealing with that lovely
right.
Jersey traffic. But I told Tom, let's just get in and let's go to the marketplace, and we went. And that's what you do on a Friday night at the fest. I can't tell you. That's what you do. You get there. Boom. Why? And Tom will explain this as we go through our little special show here. It's a pro and a con, right? Because you want to go on Friday night because it's when everything's out and nothing's really been picked through. But as we've learned from Ethan Alexanian, and actually anybody who's there prior, actually they get the first dibs. But really, historically, Friday night is okay. It's the first night of the fest. You're fired up. You want to go to the marketplace. You want to see what's there. What can I get my goodies on? What do I want? What do I need in my collection before it gets picked through? And then, but the stuff is really, I mean, it's nobody's looking to make deals, but as the weekend goes on, you'll learn
Right.
come Sunday afternoon, Sunday evening, if there's still something you're jonesing for, you'll find a dealer that's more than willing to make a deal with you. And, we both had that experience this year.
We did, and we went. Like I said, we went straight there. Now you have been talking for years to me about how these marketplaces used to be. Just you get lost in them.
Oh,
You know, now there's basically two major vinyl people, and I'm telling you, I was going in with no expectations whatsoever, and to then visit those two spots and see everything that I needed was just I mean I it was just I caught me off guard. I did not expect to see an original Chaos and Creation and off the ground, Flaming Pot, all of these items.
first
First
pressing.
pressings, right. First pressings, Tripping Live Fantastic with the hype sticker, Driving Rain, UK Memory Almost Full. I was not expecting to see these items, record store day items that I missed from back in 2012 and 2013. I'll show
Yep.
those,
Yep.
in a few minutes. So very, very excited to see what those two individuals had there at their opposite ends of the of the
The
room, if
room.
you will.
And I'm
Yes,
happy.
yeah,
I'm happy that
right,
you got something out of it because I thought it might be, this is Mr. Record Store King there in Phoenix with the 25 record stores in a 5-mile radius. So,
right,
I thought, it would be a little bit of a downer for you, but
right.
it was you came away impressed and you really were blown over by it. So as
Yeah,
I know the
yeah.
veterans think it's nothing now, but if you enjoyed it for your first fest, then it served its purpose, and I'm happy that it did for you.
Yeah, it absolutely did. Like I said, I was beyond disbelief. Exceeded expectations.
Adrenaline,
So
right? The adrenaline.
adrenaline was rolling. I'm telling you, we talked about that Saturday morning about how I got up and then the adrenaline was going and it was
Yeah, you
just
were ready. You were
yeah,
ready.
it was ready.
You said that to me.
But
You're like, "Well,
anyways,
the adrenaline's running." I'm like, "Yeah."
yeah,
So
it was and it kept going. But well, what do you want to start with? Some books? Let's start with books.
we we can
So
start with the printed material. I mean, and again,
yeah.
we met and talked with Mark Lewison, and we actually
What
want
did
to
you
talk about
what,
a
with the
little myth.
question? Yeah, let's talk about the memo that you talked about.
So Lewison, obviously one of the top billed guests here, and we've obviously read all his works going back decades. And a few months ago, I saw on a Beatles Facebook page, and I screenshotted this and I sent it right to Tom. And I'm like, we got to figure this out. And it was an internal Capitol Records memo from 1965. I don't remember the month. Looking to put together just a Paul McCartney album of Beatles songs, not as Mark told us, not a solo album of new material, just taking the existing McCartney-led driven songs and putting them out just as a Paul McCartney LP, which was shot down. And we didn't know if the memo was fake or real. And Tom was like, "This would be a great question to ask Mark Lewis." And then, I was a little bit starstruck for a minute, but then Tom was like, "You know what, dude? You got to just go for this. You got to just do it."
Yeah, that's right.
You have to. And he was like, I said, and Tom was on a panel at the time, or I forget where you were. And I said, Mark was just getting ready to start his signing session was that Saturday, right?
Right.
It was Saturday, and he was there by himself. And I said, you know what? Because we'd already took a photo with him before, and I just went up to him and I said, "Hey, Mark, fact or fiction?" And he just said, "Fact." I said, "I haven't even told you what the question is yet." and I asked him, and he said that it's 100% true that was in the works to do that. A solo, a McCartney album of just a Beatles album of just solo, McCartney Beatles songs.
Beatles led McCartney vocals.
Yeah, so like All My Loving and all those kind of, but it was put out, but it was rejected. And he said that it will be in his book, and he talked about it, and it's absolutely true. And obviously it'll be in his book, but not even missing a beat. He was like, "Yeah, let's talk about it." So, it was great. So at that moment in time, I brought my edition of Tune In. All these years, the extended edition that I have, and I brought it to him, and my copy is a little bit beat up. I have had it for 10 years, and he signed it, and he had it right there. To Andy, all the best, Mark Lewison, and he was so nice and gracious. He was selling a copy of the extended copy there too, as well as we saw. But yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah, I brought mine as well. I already put mine back on the shelf, but yeah, he signed mine as well. So it was great. Yeah, it was just great catching up with him again. He was a lovely man. When I met him in 2018, he came right up to me and knew who I was, and I just about shit myself when that happened.
You're that Tom Hunyadi, right? And we spoke to him. We gave him one of the 2 legs cards, and we said, "Hey, look, man, whenever you're ready, just drop us a line." And he was very gracious. And of course, he's another true professional.
Yes.
Just like Lawrence Juber, total pro.
Yeah, gentleman professional.
Yeah,
absolutely.
You got a book?
So okay, so
Let's
again, being born in '73, didn't really start getting into the books until the late '80s, early '90s. So I didn't get a chance to get this one. So here we go. This was the Beatles all together now.
Yeah,
the first complete Beatles discography. Yeah, so Wally Predragic and who's the other gentleman here?
Harry Castleman.
Harry Castleman. Right. So Wally was there. So here's what we're in. There was Friday. We're in the market room. So that's when I saw it, and I go, "Hey, the All Together Now book. How much you want?" It was $5.
$5.
So then I go downstairs to go get ready for to watch a panel, and then who walks in? Wally Predragic. So I just waved them over. I showed them the book, and I said, "Get your ass over here and sign the book." And so we did. And
what do you say? Let's see it.
To Tom, and signed it, and there you go.
Cool, awesome.
Yeah. So
he dated it
that
too.
was
Very
great.
Nice.
Yeah,
he dated it. Yeah, nice.
Yeah. So that was cool. That's a great find. Yeah, April 1st. No kidding.
Yes, it was April Fool's, folks. Yeah,
exactly. It was. Then as we were walking the
Friday night, we met her.
Debbie. Debbie Greenberg. What a lovely woman. Charming, beautiful. Fell in love with this woman. She is just an incredible woman. She told us a couple stories. She had some pictures of her and Paul on the desk where they were selling books. So obviously, I asked her on the show. So she'll eventually be on the 2 Legs show. There's a picture of her right there. Her family owned the cavern, right? You know a little bit more of that, Andy.
Her family did own the cavern after Ray McFall did. And obviously I was very interested to speak to her a little bit on Friday night, and spoke to her about it. And I think she was a little impressed that a Yank knew who Ray McFall was, but she was a pleasant lady. She was there with her husband. She was sitting next to our good friend Kid O'Toole, and they had, and really nice. And I mean, how could we not get this book on the Cavern Club, the inside story?
Right.
One time owner. Obviously,
Yeah.
the Cavern is owned by Cavern City Tours now, and Billy Heckle. And but this was just the Cavern's gone through many periods of ownership, and
Yep.
Debbie's story was just one was
Yep.
just one member of the era, and one that honestly I forgot that she owned it. You always hear about Ray McFall owning the Cavern, and obviously now, but this what a great little insider story, and
Right.
how to pick this up, how to pick this book up for sure.
Absolutely. Yeah. Nice little book. Nice price. Also in that same area, then our buddy Terry Crane was there, who obviously put out this book, the NEMS,
Very,
and the business
very
of selling
interesting.
Beatles merchandise in the U.S. 64 to 66. I did do a panel with
Yeah.
him on Saturday about the collectors, and we talked a little bit about the book. Actually, somebody talked to him about whether or not Brian got screwed over with all
And
those deals, and
his
he
answer
said no.
was great. No, he didn't.
Right.
That basically he was going to give, you got to give a guy like that a pass, because he didn't know
Right.
that it was going to turn into the machine and the
Right.
spectacle that it was going to become. Everything was do it because in 6 months they're going to be gone. So Terry said that, you really can't fault Brian. The question was, did he think
said 10%? I mean, right.
Yeah, the question in the audience was, did they think that Brian ripped off the Beatles? And he was like, I'm going to give him a pass. And I think
Right.
most level-headed Beatles fans agree that, nobody could know at the time that they were going to be exploited and built up so big with the merchandising. And everything was so, the Cell Tab, if you know the history of the
Right.
marketing and you look up Cell Tab and all that stuff, I don't think anybody really, I think Terry's right. And really, really looking forward to having him on two legs in the future.
Yeah, we're gonna get him on soon, and you didn't get this one, did you?
I did not. I'll have to get
Okay.
that on the marketplace.
Right.
I did not get
So
that.
here we go. Got Terry's autograph there as well, and but yeah,
US,
I mean,
US only for merchandise, 64 to
right.
66, which is that hot period of the product. Really.
Exactly. I've shown the Paul McCartney bubble bath container there often on here, and that's in the
Yes.
book, and as a matter of fact, it's on the cover as well. So
And you
obviously
brought it.
that yes, I did. And that was part of the collectors panel as well.
The collectors panel. He brought it.
Yeah.
He brought it right up there, and that was on our
Yep.
social media too, and that was enjoyable.
Yep.
That was so
Yep.
cool. You were on there as well, and then so right now,
and then you got a couple. You got one. Go ahead.
I got a couple, but despite being a very good friend that I've made, virtually online the last few years and getting to know her quite a bit, this was the first time I met her, and I actually did not own her book, so of course I had to go stop by and see the Queen.
Yes.
And her little free giveaway bag that she gives, and
right.
obviously her book, her first book that she wrote, songs that we were singing. I did not own it. I didn't own it. I have her most recent book with Ken Womack, Fandom and the Beatles, which is a great book, but I just never picked up her first one. And I knew sooner or later I would, and sooner or later Kit's path and mine would cross. And I didn't want to just buy it online. It was nice to just, talk to her and meet her and learn about her and just kind of get to know, and picked up the book. And of course she signed it because she's such a trooper. And actually I'm already halfway through it. And,
cool.
just a great book. So thank you, Kit. Thank you, Queen.
Mm-hmm. And our buddy Ray Zirkle was there as well, selling his books, advertising the Beatles. So we chatted with him for a little bit. To a lot of great people there selling their books. Jim Birkenstand, obviously Bruce Spicer, but also you got all the usual suspects, and you got a book from some famous guitarist as well, didn't you?
Yeah, no, I did. But do you have any more books or no?
No, that was it. Yeah.
Oh, okay. 3. So one more book, and we get to little printed goodies.
Right.
But I did not have Guitar with Wings by LJ, and Tom has had this book for a long time, and we interviewed him. We've interviewed him twice, and I just never thought. I knew it was going to be a good book, but actually looking at it, reviewing it when I got home over the weekend, the photographs in this book from his era with Paul are from that period, 77, 78, 79, 80 are, some of these photos I've never seen before. Nice overview of LJ's career, his life, his family, his upbringing, such detail. So everything about it was fantastic in this book. Great pictures of Paul everything, the orchestra.
Well,
Awesome.
he had a great teacher too with Linda, showing him, the ins and outs of photography as well. So
Yeah.
he took some nice shots in there. Obviously, he didn't take all the pictures in there. But what I'm saying
No.
is that there's some few pictures that he did take, and
I mean,
others.
look at that.
So
Look at that
yeah, it's
photo of
good
Paul.
stuff.
I mean, there's great
Right.
photos in there. Lots of photos with Chris Thomas at the helm working on
Yep.
Back to the
Mhm.
Egg. And I was just so happy that I bought this
Yep.
and met him and and I got him to sign something else, which we're on LJ. He signed my Good Night Tonight 12-inch single the same
There you
night when we
go.
met him, and he personalized it, and so happy. And then, well,
Now you're gonna frame that?
this will get framed because I have two of them.
Cool.
So this
Yeah.
one will get framed. But yeah, so happy that I got to meet with him, and of course, the Talk More Talk gang will have their interview with LJ over an hour.
Right.
Later this week, which was also just
Yeah.
another part of a great weekend that Tom and I
Right.
got to witness. Yeah. So that's all that's
Yeah.
the books. And then if you want to start going into the printed goodies.
Yeah. I mean, well, or the promotional stuff.
Yeah, all those things. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Before we get into the
promotional
the
stuff.
real
Yeah.
meat and potatoes.
The reason we were there. Yeah.
Oh,
But as looking around, you see some promotional stuff like the Eat the Station,
oh yeah.
just a little album size cutout of the cover, and I was walking around, and I asked him how much, and it was a little bit more than what I wanted to spend, but then Robert S. came up to me and said, I'll get it for you. So that was very kind of Robert S. to buy this for me. So Robert, thank you very much, and check out his new YouTube channel, Robert S. And we'll put the link down below so you guys can subscribe to his channel. So again, thank you very much, Robert.
Thank you.
Yeah.
ahead,
Then there's
partner.
another YouTuber. His name is Alan C. Records. A lot of you who followed me, Mr. Mayo, know Alan C. Records, and if you're not following him, please check him out. He was there Sunday, and he was passing these out. I mean, these were the same thing. These Flaming Pie little album cover, same size as the albums, and on the other side it was
The World
the world
Tonight.
tonight. So yeah, just promotional pieces. He gave one to me and Andy, so obviously I got the other one here too. So I got to give that to him. The one I was really excited about, I saw it in the back behind the cellar, and I asked him if it was for sale, and he said yes. And this is the the memory almost full window display.
As soon as you saw that, you asked that guy, how much for that? As soon as you saw it, you didn't even bat an eye.
As soon as you saw it.
You were like, oh, yeah, how much? And you got a good deal on it.
There you go. Yeah, it wasn't expensive at all. So very happy to have this. Don't know where I'm going to put it yet, but I'll find a home for it.
You'll find it. Well, it's got the stickers on it. Put it right on the window, dude, right in front of you. Put it right there.
No, I doubt that. I don't want it to get the sun fade. I don't want to get faded from the sun. What I mean?
Out there,
because that's all we get here is sun.
Yeah, out there in that freaking death trap of Phoenix, that thing will get cooked in 2 days. unlike the Jersey.
Go ahead. What else you got there?
Another printed material, kind of promotional stuff, sheet music. Tom and I got some sheet music, some promotional stuff. Again, I'm not a musician. I can play by ear a little bit on piano, but I'm not. But to have it, and Tom got a couple of things he'll show you in a minute as well. But it's nice as a collector to have these things because it's just there's more photographs, there's different things in it, and just make it kind of cool. So these were pretty affordable. I grabbed them. Sheet music for girls' school, just good to have it. Sheet music for Sally G.
Yes.
Sheet music for Junior's Farm, which is the same photograph actually, as well. Sheet music for one of yours and mine, both of our favorites. With a little luck, that was an instant purchase. Like, get out of my way! I want it now. Move.
Get out of my way.
Yeah, get out! Like, it's London town related. I'll move heaven and earth.
Right.
Move. Get out of the way. And then lastly, little promotional thing from Venus and Mars with Paul and Linda.
Yeah, that's very nice.
And then on the back, just a little promotional thing, Paul McCartney album 70 to 80. So I grabbed a few of those from a dealer, not one of the main guys we dealt with, but another guy that was up there that had a bunch of these, and they were pretty reasonable. So I said, well, why not? So that's it for me until we get to the big guns.
Cool. Okay, so while I was there, I also picked up a couple posters. So
Yes, and they got in the
carefully.
suitcase too. Thank God.
Yeah, they got in the suitcase, man. I was a little worried there at first, because you know what? I ended up having to check my suitcase.
Why? It was too heavy.
I was no, they were only allowing you one item to bring on. So yeah,
After
not
all
a happy
that,
camp.
you had to
Yeah,
check that.
yeah,
Great.
right. And first up we got this is the Rock Show movie poster there. You know, great size. There you go. I'm gonna try not to be careful with or try to be careful with this thing here.
Please do.
Yeah. So that was exciting to get. And then our buddy Ed Crawford will be happy about this. Call me Mr. Broadstreet. Check out his
Eh,
channel as
yeah,
well.
you got one,
You
brother.
know. Yep. I got one here, buddy. Here we go. Here we go. The movie poster for Give My Regards to Broad Street. So obviously I'm gonna get this sucker framed. Don't know again. I don't know where I'm gonna put it, but I'm gonna get this sucker framed. There it is. Oh man. In heaven. In heaven. So glad I got that sucker.
Yeah, and again, good deal. I mean, yeah, you got those from the same guy that I got
Right.
the sheet music from. You want to show the books now?
Right.
The sheet
No,
music.
no, I'm gonna save that for another video.
Oh, because
That's
that
gonna
was
be for
part of
another.
that was another
That was a whole
That
different
was
thing. Yeah.
right. It wasn't a
Yeah.
bender. Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Are
So
we ready? Are we ready to roll? Actually, one more little thing. Paper good. I
yeah.
forgot. Is one of the vendors that Tom and I got a lot of stuff from threw us a bone. If we spent X amount of dollars, he was like magazine, and I saw he had a bunch of Rolling Stone magazines with Paul, and I had never seen this one before from '86.
Oh yeah.
Press to play.
Okay.
So I have most of the other ones from the 70s and the 80s and the 90s. Never saw this one before. So he's like, you spent a few dollars, take one. So I took this one, and more paper goods to leave around the house, and for the museum, for the museum.
There you go. Yeah, I need that one too. So I'm glad you got that one. Cool. Yeah. So the goodies. So like I said earlier, there's two vendors on opposite ends of the room, and that's where we basically were spending most of our time. The selections they had were fantastic, and I'm going to start with a 45 that I needed that I hadn't gotten yet, and that was Walking in the Park with Eloise.
That was an
Country
instant grab.
Hams. Yeah,
Yep.
but this is the Holland version.
Yes.
Okay, so there's here we go. There's that Walking in the Park with Eloise, and then here's the Bridge on the River Suite as the B-side. Okay, so again, this is 74, and the Country Hams with the picture sleeve. So very cool. I was able to find that. So. All right. You want to show one? Want to just go back and forth?
Yeah, we'll just go back and forth. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. They actually did not buy any Beatles albums at all. It was all solo stuff.
Yeah.
It was all solo stuff. Although I looked
all solo stuff.
I one John item for the whole weekend that I picked up, and one that I missed when this came out. This was the 40th anniversary box set of Imagine Record Store Day. And you could see J&R Music World for $19.99. That's not what it was. But it was a Record Store Day only, white vinyl, and it's sealed. And I just want to, this same vendor that Tom was talking about, that he had this one. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to get this one. White vinyl. I don't have Imagine on white vinyl yet. I might. But I said, let me go for this. Actually, I think I do. But let me get this anyway. Two LP set, all the stuff, and a nice cover. And I said, well, got to go for it. So, and I did not have this one. So, Joey, you happy? See, I bought a John Lennon album. See, see, it's not all. So that was my lone Lennon purchase though for the weekend. Was this? Oh, you're muted, brother. I can't hear you. Can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Now you're back. Now you're
Yeah,
back.
okay, good. Yeah, there was some great Lennon stuff there. A lot of hype stickers, and a lot of those records were his personal collection through the years. The
They
first
were
guy on the left, against the window. Yeah, that was his
Richie.
own personal stuff. Yeah,
Richie.
Richie. Thank you. Yeah.
Richie.
So he was a great guy, and
Yes, he
glad I
was.
glad I got. Yeah, glad I met him. First up for me, in the 12-inch was here's the first pressing of McCartney, and not a like a stereo hype sticker there, but not really a hype sticker that goes with
Let's
the
see.
album or
Let,
not.
let, let,
That,
let's see the label,
yeah,
the record label. I'll be able
yeah.
to give you a little
Tell me
more
that.
insight on that. Let me see it.
Yeah.
Does it have the McCartney script on it, or does it have just the Apple font on it?
The Appy.
Okay. Okay.
Made in England. Made in England.
Well, recorded in England. That was manufactured here.
Well,
That wasn't.
yeah.
That was.
The Apple says recorded in England, and on the back says, okay, yeah. I'm sorry. Thank you. Yes,
Yeah.
recorded
It's
in
not.
England.
It's
Thank
not
you. Yeah,
made in England.
yeah, yeah. Right.
Yeah. Yeah. Very nice. Good shape. Good condition.
Yeah, very nice. And I'm gonna play this sucker when we get done doing this video.
Very good. Um,
What about you?
Next up, I'm think I might do these all in one chunk because they're all the same artist, and it'll be easier to just kind of
Mm-hmm.
knock them down and go through them quick. Actually, let me start with this first one that I actually bought first from this artist. Caught my eye, and I'm like, I've never seen this. I should probably get it. And that is the For Rejected
Ah,
somewhere in England on vinyl. Never really seen this anywhere. It was a good buy. It was promotional only. Way different track listing than the final one. Partly inspired by a recent episode of Talk More Talk where they gave this another listen. But no, all those years ago on this, so very
right.
different track listing, and it wasn't badly priced. And with the different cover, I said this has got to be an essential one for the collection, no doubt. So
Mm-hmm.
so
Yeah.
I
What's the
grabbed it.
track listing? Go over the track listing on that.
For this somewhere in England, Tears of the
Yeah.
World, Hong Kong
Right.
Blues, Unconsciousness Rules, Save the World, Baltimore Oriole, Life Itself, Sat Singing, Lay His Head, Writings on the Wall, and Flying Hour.
Yeah. Flying it. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah,
There's some. Yeah. A couple of those tracks. Yeah. The 4 tracks that they ended up taking off. There's a couple of them are pretty good. But what was the opener again?
Tears of the World.
Yeah. See, I thought it was supposed to be Hong Kong Blues. Was supposed to. I thought it was
No, I'm
originally supposed to
sorry. I'm
open that.
wrong. I'm wrong. I'm wrong. The LP jacket is not in the order on the album. So a quick
Okay.
scan of the record here on side 1, Hong Kong Blues kicks it off.
Very good. Okay. Yeah. All right.
Hong Kong Blues does kick. So it's really Hong Kong Blue. Yeah, kicks it off. But this was a promotional copy. It might be a bootleg, who knows? But it really wasn't that expensive, so I'm not too worried about it. But it was just like I don't think it is. Maybe somebody else.
Well, we're gonna have to get with our buddy Chip Mattinger on that.
Yeah, it doesn't look like a bootleg. I looked it up. It does look to be pretty rare, but for not being super expensive, I do question if it was a bootleg. I wouldn't
Check the pressing ring in the middle. Is it bigger or smaller?
You mean like the dead wax? You mean?
No, the pressing ring inside the label.
I mean here?
Yeah. Is that not not the hole in the actual middle, but the pressing ring inside of the label?
You're saying is it? Oh, I see what you're saying. Is it big or small?
Yeah. Right.
I don't know. It looks to be fairly decent size.
Okay. I don't know. Yeah, you might want to get with Chip on that one.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe one of our viewers sees this and can let me know. My hunch told me that it might be fake because of how low it was priced, but who knows?
Right.
I still like it nonetheless, just to have the artwork. It's cool, and it'll
Yeah,
play.
no, it's very cool. Yeah, it's
It'll
very
play.
cool.
So you go ahead next, then I'll do all the next ones in one shot. Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah. So again, they had a bunch of first pressings there. So again, I needed a RAM first pressing. So there's that baby in great condition. Unfortunately, it wasn't in the shrink or no hype sticker or anything like that. But that's okay with me. But the vinyl looked absolutely wonderful. Again, there's your green apple. There's your half.
White perimeter print too. That looks like to me.
Yeah.
When you see the white perimeter print on the bottom,
Mm-hmm.
do you see the white perimeter print on the bottom there?
Yeah.
That usually means it's a 1971 pressing. So,
Okay.
You should have a true. It wasn't 72 or 73. It should be a
Right,
1971 true pressing. So,
right,
because there's
right.
all
Now
kinds of
going to
if you
this.
if you look at the labels and you saw it, there's like 10
Right,
Rams here. There's all the font. The font is different on some pressings. Sometimes the typeface is you have a bold
right,
font. Sometimes the
right,
font was not as bold. You start to look at these over the years and
right,
decades. You look at this is the nuance of the label variations, and
right,
Bruce Feiser's books go into this in great detail.
right. Yeah,
But yeah,
and I'll check it out on Discogs as well. And make sure that that it is indeed. But I'll tell you what, since we just did the Ram, I'll do one more too, and then that's the Ram Mono that was released on Record Store Day. So
okay,
still sealed and with
with the
the
little hype
Record Store
sticker.
Day hype sticker. Yeah. So yeah, really excited to have found this. Again, this was on my wish list
The
and found it.
2012,
Yeah.
the mono RAM.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
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 This one's gonna be so. Okay, you got something else or no?
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, so the next I'm
Well,
gonna
I
do the
do,
next one.
but
All, I'll get through these quick because this was a very George heavy fest for me. This was a very George. Although I got plenty of Paul, but I did go heavy with the
right.
George. Now I didn't really have any of the 2000s. I didn't have other than All Things Must Pass, which the Tom graciously bought for me a couple of years ago and sent me the 2017 box set of All Things Must Pass. I didn't have any of the other titles other than Material World, and just because I never really saw them. Vendor that we talked about had them, and I got a good deal on them, so I picked up the 2017 remaster of Dark Horse.
Very nice.
Extra texture. These are all sealed.
Right.
Hype stickers on them. 33 and a third. Self-titled as well.
Very nice. Yep.
And live in Japan. Also.
Yeah, that was a good score right there. Yeah.
And live in Japan.
That one's like that one might be one of the harder ones to find too. So
yeah, live in Japan. All the 2017 repressings. And also, while we're in that George mode, I'm going to go. I didn't have Traveling Wilburys Volume 3 on vinyl at all at any point. So I grabbed the repressing of that as well. We had listened to Volume 1 on the car ride in one of those mornings. We listened to it. And I had Volume 1, but I never had 3 on vinyl. So I got that. Again, this is not an original. This is the repress. So that takes care of Georgie for me.
Right. Yeah. So when on my way to Jersey, I'm thinking in my head, things that I'm, jonesing to get, and one was there was 2 record store day items that I didn't get. One was the Ram Mono, and the other one was this one, the Maybe I'm Amazed, the 12-inch single one with the stereo and the mono. You got the short version, album version on both sides, and then one side is mono, one side is stereo. So there you go. It still has the shrink. Still has the shrink wrap. Still has the shrink, but it's not 100% sealed, which is fine. But again, looks pretty. It feels like 180 gram vinyl. So
very nice. Cool. One of the few things that we both got in common this weekend.
That's right, because you had gotten it on Friday, and I was like, "Oh shit, you got one."
You were nice.
You found it first.
You were like, you found it first, so go for it. You know, you were
absolutely.
Nice, so go for it first. Yeah, but we both got it, and so that was cool.
Did you bring it? Did you bring yours with you?
Which one?
The Maybe I'm Amazed.
Oh yeah, it's here. It's in my Paul pile though.
Okay, so you didn't bring it in the room. Okay.
No, I got it. I got it here.
Okay.
I got it. Yeah, mine's sealed. I didn't open it yet.
Yeah, yours is completely sealed. Yeah.
Yes, this one's completely sealed, and it is $6.99. Trust me, it was not $6.99. Mono stereo, but this was sealed. So yeah, it was just one of those things we missed back in the day on that, and I'm glad that we both got it. I thought you had it though. I really did. I don't know why I thought you had it.
Well, I mean that was still 2 years prior to me collecting vinyl. And by the time I started, I mean they were already all gone.
So that was a good score for us. It wasn't going to get this, and my partner over there in Phoenix was like, "You're not going to see a better price for that album. You should probably get it, even if you don't like it." And that would be Ringo Starr's Old Wave. I just had to grab it. There was a great deal on it. Tom's like, I said, "Do you want it?" He's like, "No, I don't want it." But he's like, at that price, you're never going to see a better deal. Only pressed, I believe, in Canada. This is sealed.
Canada and Germany. Canada and Germany.
I think that was it. And there's one or two songs I only really like on here. I'll probably keep it sealed.
Right.
As far as we can
Right.
go is a song I really like on this album. Other than the photograph being really cool, but Tom's like, you should just get it. And, I said, for that price, I'm going to get it. So I picked up Old Wave Canadian issue
Right.
vinyl. All this raw,
Because right, exactly. I mean, that's one of his rare albums, and plus, when that unfortunate day goes when he passes, that's going to skyrocket. That's going to skyrocket.
Yeah.
That's what you call an investment piece right there.
One of these.
Yeah,
sure.
Yeah, sealed like that. Yeah, absolutely.
I don't like to think like that though, but it's just I know you have to, but I don't like thinking that way. I really don't.
Right. No, I hear you. Okay, so
continue on, brother.
As we were doing a few months back, we did that the 12-inch picture sleeve singles show, and
yes.
I think did you had this, right? The Pretty Little Head.
Yep.
Yeah. So
you didn't even bat an eye with that. I remember when I was standing next to you when you were going through it and you saw it and you were like, mine.
Right.
Didn't even bat an eye. It was hysterical. You're going through it. You're like, you saw Pretty Little Head 12 and you were like, mine, boom, over here.
Yeah, absolutely. This was just I was I very excited seeing this here. Where we got?
That's the Patoker. That's the Patoker remix, right? Not.
Yeah,
Mendelssohn?
Exactly. Yeah, Patoker. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So yeah.
That was from the vendor on the other side of the room, across from Richie.
Correct.
Right?
Yes. Yeah.
That vendor. We'll give him a little plug because we bought.
I think his name was Tom.
Well, they have a store and it's in Pennsylvania, and they have been a Fest vendor for decades. The name of their store is very English and very Rolling Stone. And they've been coming to the Fest for decades, and I've bought from them, and they had a very vast collection of rarities and stuff.
Right.
I mean, I think even more than the guy Richie.
They were, and they were reloading it every day.
Yeah.
Friday they had stuff, and then Saturday when we shot back in there first thing, and he goes, "Hey, I just threw 30 more items in there."
Yeah, he goes, "I just threw 3." We would go. I mean, I think a few times a day, every few hours, Tom and I would just go back up and say, "Okay, what did this guy put out now?"
Right.
Jumping back to Paul. Okay, we've always talked about Tom's got just about all of them now. This was one. I know I have like 10 Rams. I did not have a Columbia pressing version of Ram.
Ah, yes.
So I got a Columbia pressing of Ram that I needed with the barcode and the lovely Columbia red label.
Yep.
On there and the barcode as well, because it's that. And I didn't have. I was like, oh, this is one of the only ones I'm missing. So, and I'm still missing Wings Over America. And if anybody out there ever sees one or grabs one, and please, I'll Venmo you if you can find one. Let me know. I'm still missing a Columbia Wings Over America, but I got Ram, and wasn't that expensive either.
If you're looking to get rid of one out there, please let him know because I'm not selling him my copy. No way.
No, I know that. And it's not that it's super expensive. It's just you don't see them.
No, you don't see them, and that's why when you do see it, you have to you gotta
go
seize the opportunity and take it.
Seize the day, as the man says.
Seize the day. So one of my favorite moments, I'm in the room getting ready for the panel, and I'm sitting down at the chair, and Andy comes running in, and he goes,
"Oh,
Tom." He goes, "Tom, UK, all the best. They got one." And I'm like, "Go out there, make sure it looks perfect condition."
Yeah.
And then,
this is great.
It's not pristine. I don't want it.
Well, listen, I know you're a vinyl snob. I know that, but I'm like, you know what? This is in decent shape. I knew he was about to start this panel, and I'm like, my friend is going to want this record. Hold it. I'm telling you, he's going to want it. Just don't sell it to anybody. I go barging into the freaking ballroom. He's on the end. I'm like, yo, UK, all the best on the other side. I just found it. $40. Yes or no?
Yeah.
Oh, is it in good shape? Is it in good shape? I'm like, yeah, I think so. Go get it. I'm like, done. And I ran back and got it for him. And he needed it. But there's a second part to this UK all the best story, which he'll get to in a little bit.
Yes,
as well.
there is. But it was great because then he brought it in right just seconds before the panel started, and I was able to talk about this.
No,
It was the
yeah, he
collectors
talked about it
panel,
on the panel.
and guy was able to talk about it then during that panel, and it was just great timing. Andy, I can't thank you enough. But
Oh,
again, what I never did. You ever check to see if all the pictures were the same from the U.S. and the U.K.? I'm
the
gonna
the
check
pic
that out.
the pictures are, but the artwork on the front with the songs obviously is not.
Right, right. And
But
you know what I
the pictures
noticed?
are, yeah.
Right.
Go
And
ahead.
you know what I noticed is with this, I don't think it was I have to double check Wing's Greatest, but with this, all the songs have McCartney under it, instead of Linda McCartney, or instead of Paul and Linda McCartney. You know what I mean? So let's say the track Another Day
See,
was originally Paul and Linda
yes,
McCartney, and
yes,
here it's just
McCartney.
it's
But
just
if you're looking
McCartney.
at that,
Yeah,
that could mean Linda and Paul. If you're looking at it that
maybe,
way,
maybe, yeah,
it could
maybe,
it could
but
be. And I know
yeah,
we're both
but thank
passionate
you.
about. No, my pleasure. I
Mm,
saw that. I'm like,
yeah,
and I said, I know it's really. I think this is passable standards for Tom. He's going to want this.
right,
Oh, this is a record I think near and dear to our hearts because it was coming of age for you and I in terms of like music
right.
listening and stuff, and it was everywhere in '87 and '88, and I think that was really our first foray into it. All the best. I have happy memories of all the
Hmm.
best, and getting the UK one, I'm so happy you were able to get it because
Right,
I think it is the better one, even though there's no Junior's Farm on it, as
right.
you said,
Yeah.
as you
They
said. But it
took
is
Jet and Junior's Farm were taken off.
no Jets on this one. Jet opens up the UK, brother.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. You're right. I'm sorry, my bad. But however, wait a minute. Yeah, okay. I was thinking, yeah, Junior's Farm. Thank you. It was Junior's
Junior's
Farm.
Farm,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Anyways,
Um,
so what else you got?
with continuing with the Ram theme, my partner got this a few weeks back, and I saw it there from the same vendor. And this is the "Brung to You By,"
Right.
the "Brung to You By" the Ram, radio spots.
Right.
Now hear this song of mine.
Right.
It's sealed.
Right.
We don't know if it's fake. Tom did this legit or counterfeit series in one of his episodes for things we bought today. It's sealed. I am going to open it. It's probably fake. But that's okay. I've always wanted this on vinyl. I've had it digitally forever. I just wanted to be able to play this, and but we'll
Right.
see. It is sealed, but it's the same one Tom got, I think.
Right. Yeah.
A
Yeah.
few years
Exactly the same. The letters are on both sides of the jacket. So, yeah. I mean,
Right,
if you open it
right.
up and it's got that large pressing ring there in the center, then everybody's
Then
saying that's fake.
right, but that's fine. I want it
Right.
for the music and the collectability.
Right.
I'm not going to turn around and sell it. So many people buy these things to turn around and sell them. We're not that kind of a collector, you and I. We buy it because
Right.
we want it.
Right.
You know.
What else you
So
got?
you done? You got more?
Well, I got one more. I got one more.
All right.
Okay.
I got three more things. So you go.
Okay.
Or
So
or
last thing, this was the must-have for me for the trip.
ah,
This was the absolute must-have, and if I
drum roll,
saw it,
please.
yeah, if
Anybody
I
want to
saw
guess
it,
out there? Yeah.
I knew I was gonna get it. Right. Yeah.
Show us.
There it is. Yes, there it is.
Driving
Thri-
Rain,
thr-
first
or
pressing,
thriving
baby.
pain. Yep. Or
Thriving
thriving
Pain.
pain, if Joe likes to call it. So again,
Uh,
this was
so happy
this
you saw it.
was
I mean,
yeah.
you did wait. You did wait a little bit longer than I thought you would to pull the trigger on it, but you did
Right.
finally.
Right. Yep. Finally did, but it was still there. I think I ended up getting it on the Saturday, and
Saturday,
you know,
Saturday, you got it.
yeah,
You did,
right,
because you're there and in person, and it's just listen. I know maybe you thought it was a little slightly dinged up to your liking, but the
just a
cover,
touch.
just the
Yeah,
cover. The
yeah.
album, the vinyl
Just
looks to be in the vinyl looks to be in
the
pristine
vinyl
condition.
looks great. Just needs to get a little cleaning, and then she'll be good to go.
All right,
But
Driving Rain,
very,
and,
very, yeah,
that was on a
very happy.
bucket list check. You checked it off, and you got it now.
Yes. Yep. All
And you
set.
got it. You got it. I've
Yes.
got three more things. First, let's get this first one out of the way. The gift that keeps on giving, McCartney 3. Target green, the gift that keeps on giving. Yeah, I know I said months ago I'm never going to get another copy of this. I said it, but this was the first edition that came out. Remember Tom and David and Dylan texting that day back in 2020. Tom went to a Target and got it. I checked Targets all around here in this area in Jersey. Ugats, nothing. So I got the CD, but I never got the Target vinyl, and I've always wanted to get it. And the vendor had it, and it's sealed. And I don't know if I'm.
He had like 20 of them. What was the story on that?
The story on it, I said, my man, I said, how do you have 20 Target green vinyl McCartney 3s? He goes, my wife was down in Florida at the time. The album came out. I told her to go to Target and buy them all up, and she bought them all up, and for him to sell them. So apparently, if you live in the state of Florida and Targets, they had plenty of these back in 2020 when it came out. Not up here in Jersey, where it was like maybe one for every 20 miles. There was not a whole lot of Target. So this was the first one I wanted to get. I got all these other versions: blue, pink, yellow, green, white, aqua, whatever the hell they all are. I got them, but I wanted the green, and I got the green. So yes, two more.
Oh, man.
Really on the rarer side. One my partner got, I want to say 2 months ago, maybe. I saw it. It was sealed. I had to get it. Almost would have been a great album cover, but this is the Tug of War white vinyl promo. The promotional, the
there
white
you go.
vinyl.
Yeah.
This is sealed. I've always wanted this. You see this on a cover. You see this cover on a lot of bootlegs, but here it is officially issued, white vinyl demo. A sample from Tug of War, April 1982, which is 40 years this month, which will be a future episode of Talk More Talk. Everybody stay tuned. They're going to be celebrating 40 years of Tug of War. And why not? Why not a better time? 40 years of this album. Ebony and Ivory, Ballroom Dancing, The Pound is Sinking. Really wanted to get this one. And again, Tom, you talked about it, the adrenaline. When you're there and you see these things, you're like,
yes,
I got to have it. I got to have it. I got to get this. I got to get it. And just like you saw it, and this was like, just get out of my way. I'm getting it.
Right. Very good.
Last, but certainly not least, something I've never seen before in my life, and hemmed and hawed about it. And I'm like, it's one of my favorite songs of all time. I showed it to Tom. Tom's like, I never seen that freaking thing. So I'm like, I gotta get this. I looked up. It's pretty freaking rare. And this is a Brazilian 12-inch promo of Once Upon a Long Ago.
Yeah, that's a good score. Yeah.
This was not cheap. The lyrics on the back, all the lyrics on the back, interesting take on the cover with again, this is all the best period, right? So,
right.
It's got no spine for text. So if you're looking for text on it, there's no text. I did play it when we got back Saturday morning, just to take a look at it. It's in this.
If you look at the, okay, go ahead. I'll finish and I'll go ahead and finish first.
So I played it when we got back. It was a Saturday morning. I spun this, and It's the same cut, the 406. So the shorter version of Once Upon a Long Ago, not the longer one. On the A and B sides, okay, on both sides of it. But I noticed instantly upon playing it that was a slightly different edit. It went on a little bit longer, heard a little bit more instrumentation at the end of it, just before the fade out, that I did not hear anywhere else on any other version.
Mm-hmm.
Disco promotional mix of Once Upon a Long Ago, and Brazil. And I checked up, I looked it up on Discogs. There was like 3 worldwide, and you can only get them in Brazil. And that vendor had it there. That Tom and I scored a few things out as well. And I said, you know what? When in Rome, I mean, we're here. I've never seen it before.
Great score. Great score. No. Turn it around. Turn that album cover around.
The back? Oh, okay.
No. Keep it there.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Look at that.
See, this is the
same body.
Same body.
Right.
You got the Rickenbacker. It's all the best photograph.
Right. Exactly.
Photoshopped with a photo from the book.
Right.
Best was Once Upon a Long Ago, and the full lyrics on the back.
There you go. Right
so
there.
It's got right there's there it is.
Yeah.
So I don't know what spurned the idea to have a Brazilian copy of a 12-inch of Once Upon a Long Ago. But I saw it. It's, as you all know, it's one of my favorite songs of all time. And I said, well, I better get it. And this, for me, was the highlight of the whole weekend, finding this.
Right.
I mean, incredible. So that caps it for me, brother.
Right. Well, I want to give another shout out to our friend there, Robert S. Because in true Spartass fashion, he was teasing about, if he ever saw me, he was going to give me a Monkey CD. Well,
Oh boy.
he did.
Thank you, Robert S.
I'm sure I'll never play this, but Robert, thank you. That was very nice of
And I
you.
saw her face.
Yeah.
Now Tom's a believer.
Right. So, anyways, one other thing I did get while I was there.
Yes.
Um,
We got to talk about this. The CD?
no,
Oh, what's that?
no, hold on. I'll show you. I needed a George shirt.
Oh, yes. On the shirts. Yeah, we got shirts. Too.
Yes. Yep. And I got me a George shirt. So
Yes,
there
you
you
did.
go.
Very
Yep.
nice. Yes.
Yes.
No
Very happy.
trip is complete without a shirt. And he actually got another
Correct.
one he's wearing right now.
Yes, I've got it right now.
That was part B of this whole weekend to Jersey.
That was part B, right?
Everything
Right.
else, and as we're big Genesis fans,
Right.
I had gotten tickets. Go ahead.
Right.
Go ahead.
So then Sunday, or no, I'm sorry, Monday. Hoping to go back into the city to see Strawberry Fields. Unfortunately, that didn't happen. So Andy took me to a couple record stores, and the first one we went into, was funny because they had an All the Best, and I was like, let me just grab that and see if it is what I'm thinking it could be.
You didn't know right away that it was the UK?
No, didn't know. I didn't know. So here it is. This was the UK CD. So not only did I get the vinyl, all the UK, all the best. I got the CD
in
UK,
one weekend to
all
New
the
Jersey.
best.
Yeah,
for the win. For the win.
Win. Here's an easy way to tell if you study spines. Okay,
Right.
you know right away if you're looking at the UK all the best when you look at the spine. Look at the difference. Capital is your standard block font.
Yep, there you go.
UK, so as soon as you see that, you're like, that's the UK. And of course, as usual, they do a better job with their artwork.
Right.
But Tom is rocking Steve Hackett shirt, which great concert we saw on Sunday night in New York.
Steve Hackett was amazing. Blew me away, and really impressed with the whole show. He did the Seconds Out live album from '77, top, from beginning to end, and it was amazing.
Yeah, what a way to cap the weekend. Really, one of the most memorable and enjoyable ones in recent memory for me. Just you coming here, going to the fest, meeting everybody who we've interacted with and done shows with and interacted with for the last 2+ years. It felt great to meet everybody. Matt Street and Eddie.
Yes.
Joe.
Matt Street, Joe Mayo, Beetle Brad, LNC Records, all of the fans. Yeah, Robert S., all the fans that came up to us to say hi. Tom and James. Astro Jeremy, and a lot of people we just saw in passing, and unfortunately didn't get enough time to spend and chat with them. Our buddy Ed Rising, he was there. Scotty O was there, and a lot of people were there, and Ethan again. So we were just all having a good time. And that's what it really was. I mean, that's what really was the most important thing for me, was just seeing everybody there and having a couple laughs.
Don't forget Mike.
Yes, Mike. Mike did a great job. Yes,
thank you, Mike.
Did a great job filming everything.
New Jersey. Yeah, taking great photographs of Tom and talk interviewing.
Yep.
I mean, he was just great. He came right up to us and fellow New Jersey native. Thank you, Mike. You were awesome the whole weekend. It was just incredible. And then, we got to see Peter Jackson talk a little while. We watched for about an hour, and then with Michael Lindsay Hogg, So I know Joe mentioned on his stream that he hopes that video will become public. I don't know if it will. I know it was recorded, though. I could see that they were recording the call.
Right.
So we'll see. But
we'll see.
Yeah, just recapping, an incredible weekend of things that we got, and boy, did we got a few things, didn't we?
We sure did. I think we did well. Yeah. We did very well, my friend. So hopefully we can do this again next year. And you're talking about maybe going to the Chicago one this year in August.
Yeah, I am. I am. It's because it's far enough in advance, and my schedule will allow me to do that. So I would
Mm-hmm.
love to go. If I heard talking to friends at the fest this year, this past weekend, that there still were rooms available for the Chicago Fest. So
Mm-hmm.
if that's the case, then I'm in. Then I'll go for all 3 days and buy tickets in advance and go and have another great time. And I've never been to Chicago and would love to go again and meet people
Yeah.
and meet new people and
Right.
talk about the show and promote our show. I would love to do that.
Great.
So
Awesome.
stay tuned.
Stay tuned. Absolutely. Okay, man. I think that's it. Again,
That's
that
it for
was
us.
yeah, great time. Thank you, everybody. We are so close to the 1,000 subscribers goal. We are currently sitting at
7 away.
900. Well,
Night.
8 away. I got 992.
Oh,
Um,
we lost one. Hey, an hour ago we were at 993.
I know that's how that stuff works.
I
It
know.
was probably from a fake account. Anyways, so we're just about there. And don't forget, when we hit that, I'll be doing a vinyl giveaway with a couple records. And again, everybody out there, thank you very much for your time watching us or listening to us. And we will see you soon. Or send us an email at twolegspodcast@gmail.com. Check out the YouTube channel, Two Legs a Paul McCartney Podcast, and please subscribe. And we'll talk to you all again later. New episode coming this Saturday with
This
our boy Ken
Saturday.
Michaels. So
Yes,
check that
indeed.
out. Take care, everyone.
See you next time, people. Peace out.